In this video, I want to show you guys my must-have products for colorful, not too extreme, but just fun makeup. This makeup style is my favorite style to do. This is the one that I feel the most comfortable and best in. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first started out doing makeup, I was very young, first of all, but I just didn't really know where to start. I didn't know which influencers or which blogs or which websites to trust. So now that I have been doing makeup for comfortably, I can say at least 10 years, but I think I started experimenting with it at like 10. So maybe it's 14 years. And I have a collection of products that I know are good. And I hope that you trust my opinion. I'm not a big influencer. I'm not paid by any of the brands. None of these brands and brand owners know who I am or even that I exist. And I promise I will try to not make this video too long. The more expensive ones, only buy them if you are past the experimenting phase and you know that colorful makeup is your thing and that you will use them. I'm going to start with Glisten Cosmetics. I love their wet liners. They are the type of liners that you can activate with water, and they have so many different finishes. They have mattes, they have UV liners, they have pastels, they have pastel UVs, they have neons, they have metallics, they have toppers. Incredible. I will say that the toppers are a little bit harder to use and their chroma flakes are beautiful. I'm actually wearing Milky Way right now. Then I also love Lemonhead LA's Space Paste. I have every single space paste there is, and they are the most beautiful glitters I have ever seen. I am obsessed. It's a gel formula, or like a gel-like formula. I've had them for almost 3 years and they are perfectly fine. Obviously, you need to take care of them and close them back in really well, but they are great. They also have other formulas that I haven't tried those, but I'm sure that they're probably just as good. I think what can take a colorful look from good and pretty to sparkly and euphoria vibes is multichrome eyeshadows or pigments. And for that category of products, I can wholeheartedly recommend Carla Cosmetics pigments, Lethal Cosmetics eyeshadows, Glisten Beauty Vision monos, and the Danessa Myricks Lightwork palettes. The Danessa Myricks Lightworks palettes, they are very expensive, but I have not felt regret for a second because they are so incredibly smooth and buttery and sparkly and beautiful. And also, personally, I would rather spend a lot of money on this type of a palette, which is full of sparkly multichromes and unique shades, than on one that is just the basic brown shades. Because let's be real, we can use the cheapest brown shades and you would not be able to tell just by looking at it. Yeah, maybe it's easier to use an expensive one because the formula is better, but as far as the look goes, just by looking at it, you can tell if it's a cheap brown or an expensive brown. But on the other hand, with sparkly multichromes, you can tell it's an expensive one just by looking at it. So I think you get what I mean. Since I mentioned the Danessa Myricks palettes, I also want to mention the Infinite Chrome Flakes. Same product category as the Glisten Cosmetics Flakes. A higher end version of them, more expensive, different shades, probably a bigger range of shades, but I'm not sure about that actually. On the topic of palettes, I want to mention some of my favorite colorful palettes, which are Be Perfect Cosmetics Stacey Marie Collaboration Palettes, Colourpop Cosmetics Matte About Hue, Bella Beauty Bar Pastel Garden Palette, and I also love the Lethal Cosmetics eyeshadows. I just remembered, and I should have mentioned this with the pigments, but I also love the Kryolan Glamour Sparks. They come in, I think, like 9 shades. There's basic silver and gold, and then there's red, purple, blue, green, copper, I think. And they are very nice. Either highlight shades or topper shades over an eyeshadow look. And then from Made by Michelle, I love the Drip Drip Blush, which is basically a liquidy product full of like packed with glitter. It won't move. The glitter won't fall down on your face. It will not crease on your lid. And also from Made by Michelle, I have a color case from them. I have the one which is the basic like nude skin tone shades, the like beiges and browns, but I love the formula and they have colorful versions of that, so I think those could also be very nice for colorful creative looks. Depending on the look, sometimes I will choose a gel liner over a liquid liner. It just varies depending on what look you want to do and what technique you want to use. And for gel liners, I would recommend Inglot, Lethal Cosmetics, and the PLouise paints, especially the PLouise paints, because there are so many shades of them. They are very easy to blend and they won't budge. On the topic of PLouise, I don't know if I mentioned the PLouise palettes when I mentioned my favorite palettes, but I love the PLouise palettes as well. I think recently they have been making more nude ones or like basic ones, but their colorful stuff are incredible. And then to close the list down, there's 3 things that I would like to mention that I think, for me at least personally, are essential for colorful, fun looks. They are false lashes, and I personally like big fluffy ones. I buy them off AliExpress because I'm not gonna lie, I don't have the money to buy a more expensive lash, use it like 5 to 6 times and then throw it out. I would rather buy like 5 for the same price, and I still use those ones multiple times, but they're just more worth it money wise. And then rhinestones, again, I buy them off of AliExpress, big packets for very cheap price. You can get a variation of different colors and mixes and sizes and pearls and rhinestones and diamond looking ones, and I don't even know, like different shapes. Those can easily elevate a look in my opinion. And then lastly, glitters, just any glitter, well, not any, cosmetic grade glitter. I know glitter is also plastic, like some of the lashes and some of the rhinestones, but there's actually a brand, I will try to look for some info on them and put it here, but they are basically bio glitter and they create biodegradable glitters. I believe they do just basic glitter and also cosmetic glitter, so those are a great option if you care about that stuff. Yeah, just make sure if you use glitter to be very careful with your eyes because they can easily cause harm. And I think that was it. I hope I didn't forget something that I wanted to mention. Knowing my brain, I'll probably remember when I'm editing. Yeah, I hope you liked my list. I hope my accent wasn't too annoying. I hope that it was understandable, and I hope that I was able to recommend things that maybe you weren't sure of. I hope you trust my opinion. I don't really ever know how to close out these videos. I'm not a seasoned veteran YouTuber, even though I've been watching YouTube since like forever, but I just don't want to do the same thing everyone else does. So yeah, thank you for watching.